You've been watching the prices, haven't you? Waiting for that perfect moment to pull the trigger on your next gaming PC. But what if I told you that moment is in danger of disappearing altogether? What if the dream of a new gaming PC, the one you've been saving for, picking parts for, and dreaming about for months, is on the verge of becoming a fantasy? This isn't about scalpers or another crypto boom. This is something much bigger, and it's happening right now. The same AI revolution that's changing our world is on a direct collision course with PC gaming, and it's starting to consume the very hardware we need to play. This is the story of how the insatiable demand for AI is threatening to make PC gaming a hobby for the ultra-rich, and why your next build might be at risk before you've even bought the case. So, what's really going on here? Well, it's a story about priorities. For years, PC gaming has been a massive part of NVIDIA's business, but the ground has shifted under our feet. At events like CES, the message from the top is crystal clear. The focus is now AI. And you don't have to look hard to see why. The numbers are just staggering. In a recent earnings report, NVIDIA's data center division, that's the part that sells the AI chips, raked in an incredible $62.3 billion in a single quarter. During that same time, the gaming division, home of our beloved GeForce cards, brought in $3.7 billion. Gaming is no longer in the driver's seat, it's just along for the ride. That data center business now makes up over 90% of NVIDIA's revenue. We're already seeing the ripple effects. While the market for current-gen cards like the RTX 40 series is mostly stable for now, we've had a taste of what happens when supply gets tight. Remember the price spikes on high VRAM cards? That wasn't a coincidence. It's a small preview of a much larger problem. NVIDIA's own leadership is signaling that this isn't a short-term blip. CFO Colette Kress has warned that supply constraints will be a headwind for gaming moving forward, with supply expected to be tight for several quarters. The problem isn't just that they want to make more AI chips, it's that the entire supply chain is being reconfigured to feed the AI beast. So, what does this actually mean for you? The person who just wants to play the latest games without taking out a second mortgage. The impact is starting to hit, and it's going to be felt across the entire PC market. First, the most obvious effect. Price hikes are coming for everything. It's not just about the flagship GPUs. We're facing a potential surge in the price of essential components like DRAM and SSDs. Analysts are forecasting significant price increases for PC memory, with some pointing to a potential doubling in cost in a single quarter due to AI-driven demand. This is creating a devastating ripple effect. Some analysts are already projecting that these component costs could drive up the average price of a PC. This isn't just inflation, it's a fundamental devaluation of a gamer's budget. This is leading to what many fear will be the death of the truly affordable gaming PC. That dream of a sub-$500 budget build, the gateway for so many into PC gaming, is evaporating. The rising cost of memory makes it nearly impossible for manufacturers to build and sell these low-cost systems profitably. As a result, we could be facing a serious contraction in the PC market. Analysts warn that rising prices could lead to a significant decline in PC shipments as people are simply priced out. Those who can still afford to buy are being forced to hold on to their hardware for longer, stretching out the upgrade cycle that keeps the industry moving. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a fundamental change to the landscape of our hobby.
So, who's the culprit eating all the world's silicon? The answer is simple: AI. We are living through an unprecedented AI gold rush, and tech giants are building the digital equivalent of massive factories to power it. And what are these factories made of? Tens of thousands of data center GPUs at a time. To put it in perspective, NVIDIA's data center revenue has grown nearly 13 times over since the emergence of ChatGPT. The company is, logically, incentivized to prioritize these incredibly high-margin AI chips, and they are doing exactly that. But the problem goes deeper than just choosing to sell one type of GPU over another. The very components that go into our graphics cards are being reallocated. The crisis is centered on memory. AI accelerators require a special, incredibly fast memory called high bandwidth memory, or HBM. It's essential for training the massive AI models that are changing the world. Our gaming cards, on the other hand, typically use GDDR memory. The problem is, manufacturing HBM is far more resource intensive, and right now, far more profitable. With memory makers like SK Hynix and Samsung seeing their HBM production capacity completely sold out for 2026, they have to make a choice. They are choosing the booming AI market. This means that production lines that could be making the GDDR memory for your next graphics card are instead being retooled to make HBM for an AI data center. This is the core of the problem. It's not just that NVIDIA is prioritizing AI chips, it's that the entire global supply chain for high-performance gaming memory is being redirected to serve the insatiable appetite of AI. So where does this leave us, the PC gamers? What does the future look like in a world where we are constantly being outbid by the AI industry? For the next couple of years, the outlook is frankly a bit bleak. These supply shortages are expected to be a major headwind for the rest of this year, and likely into the next. Building a high-end PC is going to remain a costly and frustrating endeavor. This silicon scarcity is forcing gamers to adapt. Many will have to settle for mid-range systems they might have overlooked before, delay their upgrades indefinitely, or turn to the used market, which will have its own set of pressures. This trend is likely to push more and more players away from building their own PCs and towards pre-built systems, consoles, or an alternative that's been waiting in the wings: cloud gaming. Services like GeForce Now are looking more and more like a compelling escape hatch. For a monthly fee, you can essentially rent time on a high-end rig in one of those very data centers causing the hardware crunch. When faced with spending thousands on a physical GPU that's hard to find, paying a small monthly fee for top-tier performance becomes a very attractive proposition. In the long term, there is a glimmer of hope. Companies like Samsung and SK Hynix are investing billions to build new fabrication plants and dramatically scale up HBM production. These investments could eventually ease the pressure on GDDR lines, but these are multi-year projects that won't solve the problem overnight.
For the foreseeable future, the landscape has been fundamentally changed. The era of the easily affordable, high-end gaming PC might be on pause, a casualty of the AI industrial revolution. We are no longer the priority customer for the hardware that powers our passion. We're now in direct competition with the biggest corporations on the planet for a finite supply of silicon. And for now, we're losing. This is a massive shift, and it's happening fast. It forces us to ask some tough questions. Are you changing your plans for a new PC because of this? Are you looking at cloud gaming more seriously now? Or are you just planning to hold on to your current rig for dear life? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. So that's the reality we're facing. The dream of a new gaming PC hasn't just gotten more expensive. The path to building one is becoming structurally more difficult. The ravenous needs of AI have created a silicon scarcity that is starving the consumer GPU market of the components it needs to survive. From skyrocketing memory prices that threaten the budget PC, to the clear deprioritization of gaming at the highest levels, the message is clear: the ground has shifted beneath our feet. For the next year or two at least, impossible might just be the new normal for your next dream build. If you want to stay on top of how this silicon crisis continues to impact PC gaming, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our future updates. Thanks for watching.